What's up, everybody? Yes, I'm back, man. Check this out. I told you guys yesterday that I was going to do a reaction video to Mr. Dubs. Mr. Dubs spoke on an individual that he'd done time with in YA, Damian Porter, and then he spoke on another individual, Compton Rick Rock or Brick Brack. I'm not sure exactly who this individual is, but I'm going to give my 2 cents on that video, man. You know what I mean? Because there's certain things that I see that would be flaws to that video, okay? But anyways, first and foremost, man, I must remind you guys, this is a fitness channel with a twist, people. And this is to that new individual that said that you are confused about this channel. Well, listen, open your ears, pay attention, walk in my classroom and learn, because this is what I do. On the daily, I give out free informational tips on nutrition and overall health in general. I help change many people's lives. I've helped people break their limited beliefs when it comes to their fitness goals. Why? Because they didn't have the blueprint that I have. I am a full-time online fitness coach, people. If you want to get started in your fitness journey, now is the time. This year is done and over with. And I know there's going to be a handful, more than a handful of people making these New Year's resolutions. And time after time, they will fall off. Why? Because they try to come in to this new year being that ultimate warrior, and they fail because they lack knowledge on how to do what they need to do to get the results that they're chasing after. Stop wasting your time. Stop spinning your wheels. Stop going to that gym, bouncing around like a fucking ping pong ball, not knowing what to do time after time. That is time lost. That is time you cannot get back. That is precious time taken away from your family. On my program, I guarantee in a 90-day program, you will see results. All you have to do is don't talk about it, be about it, pull up, and apply the blueprint that I provide for you. It's as simple as that. So with today, I got a deal that I'm going to sweeten up for individuals. If you sign up as a couple, or even if it's not a couple, just you and a homie or something, you will get a package deal that you cannot pass up on. You will get a couple extra months free. If you want to sign up solo bolo, you could get a 20% discount on my program, the 90-day program. I'll actually apply that to the extended version as well, but I always recommend people just signing up for the 3-month first, because after a 3-month program, I could teach you, I could educate you, provide you with the tools necessary to apply this to your daily life. You won't need me after 3 months. You become that ideal student, and you come in my classroom, you sit down, you have a seat, and you listen. Because I've said in the past, and I'm going to tell you guys today, I could take a horse to water, but I can't force it to drink, people. Okay. So anyways, people, let's get started on your fitness journey, man. Stop procrastinating. Get with the program. Don't let your family down once again. Because, you know, I've lived that life, making broken promises time after time. Eventually your family just says, yeah, they just agree with you just to agree with you. You know what I mean? They know you're going to fall off the first chance you get. The first time you complain about something at work, you're going to stop at that store and go pick up that B store, the Yes car, whatever it is that you do. I've done lived that, man. That's a reoccurring cycle that people tend to live. And why? Because it's the path of less resistance. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, once you sober up, you're still in that fucked up state of mind, in that fucked up position that you once tried to cover up with, you know, whatever you're putting into your body. You know, I don't really like to get too descriptive on things on here, because I don't know if I could get in trouble for that or not. So I stay away from that. You guys know what I'm talking about, man, if you participate in that world. So anyways, people, let's remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the hype button if it's available. Share this channel. Once I get to the 10,000 mark, I will start doing lives. Everybody's welcome to pull up on my lives. Okay? Now let's get to the reaction video. Keep in mind, I'm not like these other guys out here that are professionals. Okay, this is my little phone right here. This is my throwaway, people. I'm just gonna listen to a little bit of what Dubs had said. Actually, it's kind of corny. You know what, man? I'm just gonna freestyle this shit. I was gonna listen to the video again, but he spoke on an individual by the name of Damian Porter. Okay, you know, I could agree with, I'd say, like a good percentage of what Mr. Dubs said on there. I couldn't have said it better myself, the way he broke the shit down. But you know, you got to keep in mind, Mr. Damian Porter was brought up with different schooling. He doesn't understand the channels that it takes to have things done out here with the Southerners. Okay, so I'm not going to get into detail about that, because like I said, if you don't know, you don't need to know. And for those of you that do know, I don't need to be explaining to you guys. You feel me? Because not everything out here is meant for every ear to hear. You know, so Damian Porter, let's just quit the bullshit. Maybe Dubs missed that part. He said that it was an order from someone higher up. Okay, 2 + 2 = 4, my boy. Damian Porter lived during that time of war, during the 90s. I did too, but not in my neighborhood. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking lie to you. There was none of that jumping off of my hood. It varies from hood to hood, okay? Depending on the current relationship that they already have with individuals will determine the future on the relationship with the individuals. You see what I'm saying? So Damian Porter went through them times of the war. I went through that time in the county jail. That's where I discovered racism, because there wasn't a drop of racism in my blood until I hit that county jail. And like I've said in the past, it made me grow so much hatred towards certain individuals, and not all of them. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. It was with the brothers. We were at war, constant war, and it was a never fucking ending battle. No one ever won that war. You know, let me keep it real with you. The way we did win that war is we learned to coexist with one another. And I could guarantee right now that ain't nobody gonna want to go back to them days. There's gonna be them certain individuals that may want to test the waters, but when they see how the shit can get real in an instant, they ain't gonna pursue that. Straight up. So I just wish that everybody out here on social media would just stop chatting on this, because, you know, I firmly believe in the laws of attraction. You could speak shit into existence, people. The more you speak on it, it's like throwing fuel in the fire, you know what I mean? I'm a believer, out of sight, out of mind. Okay? No, we have no control over anything or anybody, what anybody does here on social media. And at the end of the day, every person that speaks here on social media speaks for themselves. They don't speak as a whole. Anybody that believes that, you got the game fucked up. Okay? When Mr. Damian Porter made that comment about coming from a higher source, I know where he was coming from. I'm not gonna say it. He believed this is some type of reaction from coming back from the 90s, which he's incorrect about that. As far as anybody speaking for anybody here on social media, they don't speak for nobody but themselves. Like I've said in the past, every man has to make their own bed. Every man has to lay in their own bed. You know, so as far as like Mr. Dubs, he said something about Mr. Compton Brickbrack or Rick. Hey, I'm not being fucking disrespectful about that. I really don't know old boy's name. I think it might be Rick Rock. Because I think there's another cat named Brick Baby too. So I'm confused with this shit. You know what I mean? I'm not tuned in on the same library as all these other guys. As you could see, I get my information late. These guys seem like they're kind of caught up with one another. That's another thing where Dubs is a little bit behind on that thing, because he said something about Mr. Cali Legends Media, saying that comment that he made was racist. Cali Legends Media doesn't believe that to be racist. I just seen his other video. You know what I mean? That's a common word that they use. And okay, I'm going to give you my example. When I used to hear that word used amongst the homies, I didn't look at it as being racist. But if you directed it directly towards the brothers, absolutely it would be racist. You know what I'm saying? So there's just so many ways of viewing things. And at the end of the day, when people say shit out here on social media, you may mean it a certain way, but you have no control over the way that next individual is going to receive it. And no one can dictate on how an individual is going to perceive something as being racist or not. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to give you another example here. Yes, I fucking ramble on a lot. That's what I do. So it is what it is. I'm a motherfucking rambler, baby. But I'm also a full-time online fitness coach. If you want to get started, get you some results, hey, shoot me that DM, man. High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_. Just shoot me an email. It's highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. I guaranteed we'll get you some results, man. Come on, the proof is in the pudding, people. So anyways, the rambled. Let's get back to the topic here. I'm gonna give you an example. My father-in-law is straight up a fucking, he's paisa, okay? And when I say paisa, I mean that with all love. You know what I mean? I don't find anything racist about that. But he used to trip when because I used to own a pallet yard, when I would deal with my workers, because my workers were all paisas. You know what I mean? Straight up, they were all workers. My workers were all paisas. They were hard workers, very good workers. And he would trip the way I would address them, like calling them paisas and way, this and that. The paisas never got offended. But my father-in-law used to say, don't they get offended? Because that's an offensive word. Yeah, coming from where he came from his pueblo, they find that offensive when it's used from people outside of their pueblo. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying, like where the difference is right here. You know what I mean? If it's a common word used amongst one another, like the paisas that I grew up with, these fools be talking shit to one another, but they say it with love. You know what I mean? It's like when they address me as a pocho. I never got offended by that. It's just motherfuckers nowadays are just, it's either they're sensitive or they're just out there trying to stir that shit up. And the people that are out there stirring that shit up, I guarantee they would not be there on the front lines. They want to sit back there behind the screen and fucking laugh at fools and say, look, these stupid motherfuckers, they bit into what we were fucking putting out there. You see what I'm saying, man? You guys got to really start evaluating everything that's going on around you. You know what I mean? See, think outside the box. You know, there just may be a hidden agenda behind what's going on right here, people. And a lot of people are quick to fucking bite into it. Why? Because of their ego and pride. Ego and pride will keep you from fucking progressing in life. There's this one cat, man. He just came up on my radar the other day. Mr. Turd, or I know your name, but I'm going to call you Mr. Turd. He said something about that I addressed that I was battling against Mr. the baker. Let's just put it that the paisa, the SNY paisa that's over there in Mexico, supposedly in Mexico, that I was bashing him, calling him that. Hell, I got homeboys that are paisas. And I never knew they were paisas until they were being deported. You see what I'm saying? So you got it fucked up, Mr. Turd. You probably won't even see this video, but it is what it is. Well, anyways, back to the fucking topic at hand right here. Everything that is jumping off, man, people are fucking creating shit that doesn't exist. And this comment right here goes to Mr. Dubs and Mr. Brick Baby, or Compton Rick Rock. He's speaking for his general area. He can't speak for everybody, Dubs. Okay, I see what you're saying. There's no wrong about that, but it's not 100% correct either. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be them certain individuals that are going to want to test the waters. You know what I mean? Because they may find it very racist on the word that was used. And the more people speak on it, the more it's just going to stir shit up. Even if it does go away, like I said, there's always somebody that's going to try to shoot for the stars and probably try to make a name for themselves. But once the shit gets real, they're going to end up, it's going to be all bad for them. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to get into detail on this, but I guarantee none of the people from my generation, the ones that actually lived that life, and I'm not saying the ones that lived it in the county jail, the one that's actually lived it in their barrios, they ain't trying to go back to them days. they've went through so many battles and lost so many lives and so much blood shed and innocent people getting hurt. They're not going to put the gente through that. If they catch individuals that are doing that, you don't think that they're going to get dealt with? Absolutely they are. You know what I mean? There's still some older cats out there, the OGs, that are still have a lot of weight behind their name and that has some say-so in their neighborhoods. You know what I mean? And that goes for every neighborhood. As far as my neighborhood, like I said, we didn't live through that because there, like I said, there was no brothers growing up in my neighborhood. There might have been a couple, but there wasn't many. You know what I mean? So my experience with dealing with that racism was strictly in that county jail. You know what I mean? Today, like I said, man, I'm not racist at all. I fucking hate everybody the same, straight up. You know what I mean? And I know people talk bad about each other's races, but a lot of times it's just out of anger. You know what I mean? And it's not out of anger. It's not always out of anger. It's just being uneducated, really not knowing the background of what is going on, you know? So people are just like quick to react. You know, so anyways, people, with that being said, man, I did a whole lot of fucking rambling on that. As far as Mr. Dub's video, he nailed it, straight up. And you motherfuckers that are gonna think, oh, you're on Dub's nuts, he's got it fucked up, man. No matter what that man did, where he paroled from, you cannot take the education that he's acquired up here, okay? So you could say all you want, because you guys are those people that are always trying to stir shit up. You know what I mean? I do my own thing. No one's ever going to dictate what I do. This is my life. I'm the architect of my future. I'm going to create my future. You think I'm going to fucking sit around on the sidelines and let my ego and pride get the best of me while someone hires me to create their dream? It doesn't work that way, baby. I'm making boss moves. There's certain individuals that fucking hate on me. Why? Because I do big boss moves with some very how should I say, very well-known people from up north. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like I said, when you learn to put your ego and pride to the side, so many other doors open up. And just like I said, keep your eyes open and your ears to the wall, because I have some good things coming in the near future. And I'm hoping that with what I do in the near future, I'm going to be able to open up doors for other people. Just like people had opened up doors for me. I'm going to give that back to gente and help them out. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, put your notification bell on all, hit the hype button. 10,000 subscribers, we will start doing lives. Now, if you want to get started in that fitness journey, hey, you already know, man, hit me up, High Power Fitness, or shoot me an email. It's highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Now get up and get yours.